Good day, viewers. So once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. As usual, I'll bring you the very best. The internet is on fire currently. Yakubu Gowon, final statement. He came out apologizing to the Igbo'S because of the lives that were wasted in the war. He said that the reason the Fulanis and the Northerners are dying about the one Nigeria is because of the resources in the Igbo land, and that was the reason why the Igbo people were fought. This is coming out currently. Mr. Ralph, Yakubu Gowon making this statement.
Yes, in the final days of his life, because he's bedridden right now in London and living up to expectations, of the Igbo'S. What do I mean here by expectations of the Igbo? The Igbo'S actually expected Gowon to confess before now. The time of reckoning has come. The Igbo'S were brutalized, subjugated to all manners of, let me say, humiliations in the past without reparation, without payment, without compensation, even apology. I could remember 3-4 years ago, Gowon was confronted on social media, Facebook to be precise, to actually confess, apologize to the Igbo'S. He stood on his feet, debunking it, renouncing apology and the compensation now statement, saying that he had no apology fighting the Igbo'S. I think that single statement actually made him a fool then, thereby setting the entire social media platform on fire. Gowon said he had no apology killing the Igbo'S, committing the Igbo genocides of 1966, 67, 68, 69, and 1970. And that was what actually, made him a fool in his recent statement about Igbo genocide. Gowon collaborated with Britain, killing the Igbo'S in their large numbers to the tune of 4 million Igbo'S in the war of Nigerian Biafra, civil war. He was, confronted over time to make an apology or actually give real, accurate account of what actually happened during Nigeria Biafran civil war of 1967 to 1970. He refused to give account of that. Even most of his books, he could not even shed, more light on why the Igbo'S were subjected to such, let me say, heinous hostilities. To the level that the entire Igbo military officers were put to death from 1966 to the beginning of 1967. The entire Igbo senior officers, the entire paramilitary Igbo officers were visited in their various locations and designations in 1966-67, mowing them down with bullets. Supervised by British tabloid, press, the Igbo youths from 12 years up were at least shot by Nigerian military clerk led by Yakubu Gowon. So recently we've seen a resonation of what Gowon refused to actually, accepted in the past. He now throws more light on the origin of the war from its roots, from tribal antagonisms to the ruthless British, government policy that actually supplied Nigerian military clique led by the Fulanis and the Gowon himself, that actually conducted the biggest bloodbath in African history. The Igbo'S were killed up to 3 million in number, to the level of the fact that some countries in Europe actually began to agitate for savings, sending materials, making peace to save the Igbo children. The Igbo children were quite shocked in their large numbers, children that lack the basic nutritional food materials. Countries like Scandinavian countries, Sweden, Norway, and Finland actually began to deny their children school fees, contributing money to donate for Biafran children that were subjected to kwashiorkor, death as a result of kwashiorkor. I could give you accurately an account how Finland denied their children school fees, nationally contributed money to save Igbo children, kwashiorkor Igbo children, by sending reliefs, food reliefs into Biafra land. 1967, 68, 69, 1970 to be precise. The Austria, the Belgians, you know, the Scottish, I mean Scotland, they sent Cadbury Bonvitas, corn milk, you know, other nutritional, you know, food in quantum, just to make sure that Biafran children in their various schools, you know, were saved from kwashiorkor. Because once immediately the war stopped, they began to visit schools, primary schools, secondary schools all around Biafra, even the churches, distributing Cadbury Bonvita, milk, stockfish, and other, you know, food with nutritional values. So that was how we were persecuted, died in our large number as a result of an accusation, empty accusation, laid against Igbo man by Gowon and his group or camps, military colleagues, supervised and led by British Labour government that used BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, to accuse the Igbo'S of masterminder, singly sole masterminder of the coup of 1966. And later we began to see many apologists, you know, repenting, coming out to apologize, at least sympathizing with Igbo'S by their many writings, you know, books, you know, to indicate that the coup of 1966, the large numbers were the Hausas and the Yorubas. The Igbo'S were there just 3 in number. And we died of what we did not know. Today we are campaigning on social media reparation to be paid to Igbo man by the British Labour government in those days, which has translated into this current administration of Stekama. They must pay reparation up to the tune of 6 trillion UK pounds, United Kingdom currency. Then again, we're not talking about what this current contraption, illegal and faulted contraption, a country that was structured based on criminality, Nigeria, should pay to the Igbo man. We are waiting for reparation, and with that, I'm trying to tell you that for Nigeria to be a better place today, they must appease the blood of the Igbo'S by paying reparation to Igbo man. We don't need compensation as in giving us federal appointment or designation, you know, to work there. No. Compensation, financial. They must pay. They must pay. Or else, they must pay. My own suggestion or hint is Nigeria must divide and let the Igbo man go. There's no other compensation needed by me.
Well said, Mr. Rav. Now that the internet is on fire concerning this statement that Gowon has made, would you say this is a doom for the Biafra struggle or positivity all the way for them with this statement that is coming out?
Yeah, it's a positivity to all Biafrans. It's never a doom. It is never a curse. It is never a Waterloo before the Biafrans. It is a victory. Biafrans are rejoicing in their various camps and areas right now as a result of what Gowon has actually said recently in the social media, that he wrongly connived with the Fulani Janjaweeds killing and murdering the innocent Igbo'S from 1966 to 1970 to the tune of 4 million Igbo just because of our crude oil. The oil exploration that started in Niger Delta region in 1958 was the reason why Gowon, in conjunction with Egypt, France, Chad, Niger, and other European countries like Russia, fought Biafra, killed these black Jews in their large number, to the level that the Knesset, I mean the Israeli current lawmaking body, has actually accepted that Igbo man died as a result of what they suffered during the era of Adolf Hitler in Germany, the Holocaust of 1930-1940s. They must pay the black Jews. They must pay Igbo man reparation. They must pay the atrocity committed by the Fulani Janjaweeds and the Nigerian military clique led by Gowon from 1966 to 1970, they must pay. They must pay reparation. I'm telling you, it's a celebration for the Igbo'S. It is never a doom to the Biafrans.
There is no way we'll talk about the Biafra struggle without mentioning Nnamdi, to be precise. A man came out saying that Nnamdi cannot be freed unless the Sultan of Sokoto makes a statement, because they are the one holding him, that the president of Nigeria is just fulfilling the wish of the former president, Buhari. What would you have to say about this? Because questions have arisen, because Sultan of Sokoto is not the president of Nigeria. Why would they come out to say that he's so powerful to the extent that unless he tells Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go, that is the only way
Tinubu is answerable to Sultan of Sokoto. Asorok submits reports every day, on daily basis, weekly, hourly, monthly, yearly, to the Sultanate or Sokoto Caliphate, headed by Sultan of Sokoto. Listen, Nigerian government from the era of independence, I mean 1960, each and every administration that comes and goes must pay allegiance, respect, honor to Sultan of Sokoto. Sokoto Caliphate has been in control since 3 centuries ago. From the era of Ottoman Danfodio, the first bloody jihadist we have in South Africa, in West Africa, that migrated from Timbuktu. Timbuktu is in Mali, from Senegambia, that is Futajalo Island, into northern Nigeria, where he has actually forced the Hausa natives, forced Islam on them, slaughtered all their Sarikis, I mean their kings, forced marriage on their women. And today, the Hausas could not get themselves. They absolutely disoriented the Hausa locals, bending them into Islamic ideology, trying to at least dominate the Hausas politically and otherwise. And certainly, they are in charge in Nigeria. They are in control of every government that comes to be in Nigeria. Sokoto Fulani is in charge, to the level that abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu illegally from Nairobi airport was conducted by the same Fulani Janjaweeds under the supervision of the then Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami. Kanu assumed them all in the court under the supervision of Binta Nyako, who actually watched her hands of Kanu's case to avoid international disgrace. But there come along a disgraceful Yoruba man, James Omotocho by name, because of the kind of abhorrence and detestation, I mean hatred, the Yorubas have against Igbo man, rule it out that Kanu should not be freed, rather either condemnation to death or life jail. America is serious to fund the police, Africa policy, that is pacifying Christian communities, regions, and countries in Africa, which Israeli lawmakers have actually taken it upon themselves. Those lawmakers have actually understood what is going on in Nigeria. Slaughtering of Christians in their large numbers, slaughtering of Palm Sunday worshippers, has indicated that Fulani terrorists, Fulani bandits, sponsored by Iran, have actually reached an agreement of eliminating Christians in their large numbers in Nigeria. And that's why Donald Trump is running helter-skelter from north to south, east to west, all over the globe, pacifying with European, let me say, crooks like Britain and France, who are busy romancing Iran and other terrorist sponsoring spirals in the south, in the Middle East Europe, Yemen, Iran, Syria. And this time, Trump has taken it serious. We are marching forward. The Christian communities in Nigeria is about liberated. What is going on right now in the Mid-Belt is an eyesore to the entire member nations of United Nations. Ozugo, enough is enough. Oh, Albany, Puta, Ewoji, you can never. Iye nwere ki jide Ewoji na Albany. Oh, oge chifolu ki eji chowe Ewoji. Maka obuna cheje hancha wo chechere. Igbo kwen, let me tell you, Igbo phobia. If una asi akpolu ndị Igbo, Onyamelo, in Ghana, Nigeria, if you mention Oduduwa Republic, everybody, they will embrace you. In Ghana, Nigeria, you will only give Arewa is for not the Hausas, they will embrace you. But if you dare mention Biafra, you will only give all Biafra anywhere in Nigeria, they will beat you as if you are a snake. Tell me why. That is called ethnic bigotry, and it has come to stop. That is why we allowed Trump's victory in spirit, and today it has manifested into physical reality. There must be a full stop to Christian genocide.
Finally, Mr. Raf, you said it. A Biafran agitator came out online saying that even inside the barracks, the soldiers are being killed. Now, this brings her to the question she's about to ask the Nigerians, that shebi all of them, let me use that word, said that Simon Ekpa is a sponsor
of terrorism in Nigeria.
Is Simon Ekpa also the one responsible for the killings inside the barracks?
No. Let me interject. Sorry for intrusion. Yeah, listen. It has brought a serious shame on Nigerian army. Nigerian army are just running their mouths. They are nothing but cowards. The people that are busy killing and slitting the throats of generals, colonel, and lieutenant in Nigerian barracks scattered all over the north are the Fulani bandits, not Simon Ekpa. When it mattered most in the southeastern Nigeria, Simon Ekpa was part of the ESN, the forest guard that are mounting our forests and farmland in Enugu, Anambra, Imo State, Abia, Ebonyi State, and Anambra State, and so on and so forth. They were doing their work well, and this did not go well with Fulani army. The army in Nigeria are Fulani army. The so-called foot soldiers are Fulani soldiers. That's why they actually confront ESN. When ESN and other security outfitter, having serious fire, yes, armed confrontation with Fulani jihadists, the Nigerian soldiers and army will join forces with Fulani jihadists attacking the ESN and our forest guard in the southeastern Nigeria. Ethnic bigotry and Igbophobia, that is hatred of the Igbo'S. Igbo's are thoroughly hated by the Fulani army, Fulani police, by federal government of Nigeria under the control of Fulani. It is a shame in this administration and a shame in the previous administration that they have been clamoring against Simon Ekpa's sponsor of terrorism in Nigeria and the West, the Americans. The United Nations has never been able to come out with any tangible evidence Simon Ekpa sponsored in the past or sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. Who are in charge in the barracks? The same Nigerian Fulani soldiers. That's why the Fulani bandits, the Fulani Boko Haram and herdsmen are having field days in the barracks across the north, slitting the throat of generals and the lieutenant colonel. Look at the kind of blunder Nigerian military industry have actually found themselves. A whole general, a whole lieutenant, do you know what it takes to raise a general? They are being killed and maimed on daily basis by native Fulani men. Do you know what it takes Nigeria to raise those generals and lieutenant colonel? They are wasting the lives of our brilliant, brave soldiers. I'm telling you. Every government that comes and goes from 2015 till date are found culpable of sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. They are all birds of same feather. That's why terrorism, insurgency have actually refused to go. They are still here, deceiving themselves.
One of the soldiers came out to say they took us unaware. They took us unaware, and people came out crying and shouting. For a soldier to come outside and say that they took us unaware and defeated us inside the barracks.
Can you tell me how could you take soldiers unaware? Soldiers are trained for what? Internal aggression or incursion, external aggression or incursion, and they are well prepared anytime, any day. You don't tell me that soldiers are complaining of being taken unaware. It is as a result of what? Idiocy, tribal bigotry. Instead of doing the reality, facing the reality, they face what? Hoax and the illusion. The soldiers are just complaining out of what? Illusion. They are complaining out of inevitable mistake they made because of hatred of Igbo man. Listen, Igbo man has gone. Taking them unaware, Nigerian soldier, I know, that was the best in 90s, the best in 80s. They went to Namibia independence in 1989. They came out the best military, the best police in the world. They won it as an award. If you doubt me, ask my friend Michael Oladoko from Abeokuta. Listen and listen good. This complaint, they took us unaware. Now why you complain? Nigerian military has been politicized, and that's why the Fulanis are having their field day. By the time Fulani jihadist finishes with Nigeria, we will never wake up again. But if we want to treat these threats in a way we should give them treatment, I think within a short period, the whole Fulani jihadists will find their way out. Nigerians will expel them out of Nigeria. And that's the only solution.
Finally, 30 seconds message to your brothers worldwide in diaspora.
Yeah, my Igbo great brothers, I can see you celebrating, jubilating all over the world as Her Excellency Ngozi Oronbese has achieved great feat, a very greater feat than before. We are right now recognizing the White House, even signing Nigerian integration bill in the White House, among the congressmen, is the latest happy news that has been reaching us here in Biafra. My advice for you: live up to exhortation, abandon division, walk in unison and unity. Divided we fall, united we stand. Biafrans, stay united.
Thank you very much, my viewers.